The Mercedes-Benz S-Class has always been considered the best car in the world, and now Mercedes-Benz India has just launched a car that brings in a new era of performance luxury motoring in the country, because this is the Mercedes AMG EQS 53, the first ever fully electric AMG. Given its name, you might think that the EQS is an electric S-Class, but that's not true, because this car sits on the EVA or electric vehicle architecture platform that is going to underpin all big electric cars from Mercedes-Benz. But yes, the EQS can be considered an electric equivalent of the S-Class, because that's how this car has been spec'd.
The EQS is the shape of things to come from Mercedes-Benz, and the design is very different from the three-box sedans we're used to seeing. The EQS thus looks unconventional at first, but also looks very futuristic, especially from the front. You get a gloss black panel with vertical strips and a large Mercedes-Benz logo and strip of white light on top in place of the grille, while the headlamp design reminds of some of the new age Mercedes cars, but with a very futuristic appeal. There's a lot of unique touches, like the way you unlock the doors, as you need to simply swipe your hand across the door handle to have it pop out. The EQS is over 5 meters long and almost 2 meters wide, besides which the wheelbase is over 3 meters long, and these dimensions should ensure serious road presence. The EQS 53 runs on 21-inch alloy wheels with a unique design, while tires are EV-specific Michelins, and being an AMG, this one also gets red brake calipers. The rear end looks very appealing thanks to the design of the tail lamps and the light strip connecting them. More importantly, the EQS 53 also gets a bigger rear spoiler, reworked diffuser and intakes as compared to the standard EQS.
The interiors are very radical looking, as you would expect, and the biggest talking point obviously is this 56-inch Hyperscreen. But fact is, this is not one single screen, it's a massive glass panel that runs across the width of the dashboard, and it houses 3 different screens.
The driver and front passenger both get 12.3-inch screens each. While the driver's display is a more futuristic looking instrument cluster than other Mercedes cars, the front passenger display offers a wealth of information and even includes a few games to keep occupants engaged. The infotainment screen is a massive 17.7-inch touchscreen display, and besides being the biggest, it's also the most awe-inspiring screen we have seen with its kind of colors and resolution. This screen is your gateway to pretty much every function in the car, and of course, almost everything inside the EQS is touch controlled. And the touch experience, even for the basic functions, is something that we are really hoping to talk about when we drive the EQS. The seats remind of the comfort we've experienced in the S-Class, and like I said, the EQS really has been spec'd to offer the best in terms of luxury.
Another thing to note here is that the EQS 53 is the AMG version, and that means that you get a lot of sporty AMG bits inside the cabin.
It starts with the AMG steering wheel, which is not different from what we've seen in newer AMGs like the E63S and more. You even get the same large and sporty feeling paddle shifters to let you control region levels, besides which there's generous helpings of carbon fiber inside to up the cabin's sporty quotient. On the technology front, there's no question about the EQS being the most tech-laden Mercedes yet, but a bigger fact here is that with its kind of features and technology, the EQS is one of the most tech-laden production cars in the world today.
The outputs for this car are 760 PS and 1020 Nm. Imagine 1000 Newton meters of torque. But that's not the only talking point about the powertrain here though, because the EQS uses a 107.8 kWh battery pack, which is the biggest for any production EV yet.
The battery pack should result in about 350 km per charge despite the car's weight and unreal performance levels, which is very impressive. The battery can be charged at up to 200 kW with a compatible fast charger, which will let you recharge the massive battery pack up to 80% in a matter of minutes, though most fast chargers in India only support up to 50 kW, which means you will have to spend longer durations recharging your car. More importantly, with over 1000 Newton meters of torque being sent to all 4 wheels thanks to the dual electric motors and 4MATIC Plus, the EQS 53 should be able to smoke most supercars when it comes to straight line acceleration. For the record, Mercedes-Benz will also launch the regular version of the EQS, the EQS 580 in India in the coming months, which will offer 516 PS and 855 Newton meters and will be assembled locally in India.
Given its price, the EQS 53 might sound like an expensive proposition to many buyers, but fact is that this is the most unique EV that money can buy you today, and this car is really not for everyone. We are hoping to drive this car very soon though and bring you a detailed review, so stay tuned to Turbocharged.